Hey guys, welcome back. It's Epic's What If, and today we're back with another episode on What If Naruto was adopted by the legendary Sannin. It's good to be back, folks, and I hope I'm gonna be there for the weekly uploads once more. Alright, so we left off the previous episode at the end of the time skip when Naruto had a battle with Kakashi. Well, it was more like Team 7 had a battle with Kakashi. The Team 7 obviously won, and it was well, it was a pretty fun reunion, to say the least. Now we get back into the plot. Naruto, after staying in the village for about 2 weeks, I suppose, he gets the news, or rather the village gets the news, that the Kazekage Gaara has been kidnapped by the Akatsuki. Now, Naruto, obviously, having traveled the world a lot and spent a considerable amount of time in the Sand Village, getting to know Gaara even more, becoming even better friends with Gaara and the gang. He's gone ahead and thrown his name in the mix right away. He's like, I don't care what you guys say, I'm gonna go get Gaara right now. We need to get a team ready for this. Obviously, Jiraiya agrees with this. He does not want to give the Akatsuki any footing in the villages, I suppose, or let them get ahead in any manner. So he immediately sets up a team with Naruto, Sasuke, Shikamaru, Choji, Ino. Let's see, who else should we put? Neji. Tenten isn't going to be that useful in that one. Lee, being led by Kakashi and Guy. Because I decided it to be so. Now they leave for the Sand Village, where they are immediately escorted by Temari and Kankuro, who cast them up to the situation that's happened. And of course we have this we have the moment with Granny Chiho trying to kill Kakashi, just little fun and games for the ninjas. After which, due to some digging from the gang right there, and of course some useful information provided by Jiraiya's spy network and everybody else, they essentially find out, or rather have a good guess as to where the Akatsuki's base might be. Now, after Jiraiya's appointment, Jiraiya was obviously filled in on the situation with Itachi by the third Hokage, because he's still alive. And of course, Jiraiya would find a way to contact Itachi straight away, and Itachi would in fact give him a general sense of where they need to go. So that also helps in the situation, and they do obviously go to the place. Now, the cave, as they find, has got multiple seals around the area, and now Naruto, having been trained by Jiraiya, or rather raised by Jiraiya since he was a toddler, obviously knows a lot about seals, plus his travels have broadened his horizons, I suppose, to the multiple uses of seals. Naruto essentially knows how this seal might work, and he brings up the plan that the gang might need to separate right away, and they need to find a way to tear off the seals at the same time. Now, they give each of the members about 10 minutes to go, and in exactly 10 minutes to tear off the seal. Well, Naruto's gonna be throwing off a red flare, let's say, at the end of 10 minutes to signify the ceremony of the seal tearing. Now, Naruto and the gang obviously get along their ways. The entire thing happens as it did in the original, nothing much deviates from that. After which, they tear the seals off. Sakura uses her brute strength to open the fucking hole. Gaara is not dead, he's still okay-ish alive. There's about 40% of the Shukaku still inside of himself, because the entire operation was greenlit pretty quickly, essentially about a day after Gaara was kidnapped, so they didn't have a fuck ton of time. I don't even think, actually not even a day might be fine, because travel time. Alright, now obviously after they break inside, the ceremony has to be cancelled. Gaara will obviously be in suspended animation for a few moments, but not much of Shukaku's soul is going to leave him. He is going to survive, no need for Granny Chiho's sacrifice. Yay, she gets to live for another year, I think. Now, obviously inside of the cave, they encounter Sorcery and Daedra. I think they were the only people inside of the cave at that point. It's going to be a pretty fun battle. Most of the gang has been separated, so it's going to be Chiho and Sakura. You know what? Okay, Chiho and Sakura versus Sorcery, and Daedra versus Kakashi, Naruto, and Sasuke. So Daedra is essentially fucked already. Now we're gonna have this battle where, well, Sorcery is gonna be taken down, not with ease. Obviously the Kazekage puppet is still pretty fucking overpowered, and Chiho does her best with all of the puppets she has, eventually leading to some heartfelt moments, with a heartfelt moment in the end where Sasori's heart gets fucking stabbed by his own parents' doll. Sasori obviously reveals everything that there was. Sakura was really good help in there, using some genjutsu to essentially slow down Sasori a bit here and there, and obviously her brute strength came in handy a lot. So Sakura was not a useless piece of shit. I love that. Next, we have the Daedra versus Kakashi, Naruto, and Sasuke. Obviously, this match is going to be much more interesting because I get to play around a bit more. Now, Daedra is obviously going to be that psychotic bastard who's going to be like, oh, it's an explosion and all that shit. Essentially nuking the area everywhere around them, using the bugs to create a bit of a minefield. Sasuke, unfortunately for Daedra, knows the electric lightning style release, and obviously they're not going to figure it out instantaneously. Now they're going to get blown up a bit here and there. It's going to be minor injuries, nothing more. They're going to have to think about how to get out of this, at which point Naruto recalls something during his travels. In the Land of Lightning, when he was training there under a certain master that Jiraiya had set up for himself, Naruto had found that the lightning, or rather lightning release, is really effective against a certain style of fighting that was used by a clan in one of the villages, where they essentially used clay to create bombs and explosions and, minefields. Naruto obviously recalls this information and, essentially transfers it along, relays it to Sasuke, who uses the sword hanging on his back to put it in the ground, using it as a conductor, or rather a grounding wire, I suppose, and transferring the electricity all around the area that they're standing on. This annoys Daedra off quite a bit, at which point he starts going a bit insane, using the dragon-ish clay things and all that shit. Now it is at this point that things get a bit explosive, with Daedra blowing up huge chunks of the forest, Naruto, Sasuke, and Kakashi having to dodge around a lot. Kakashi at which point sees Daedra and uses Daedra uses both of his hands to mold the clay that explodes. Kakashi decides he should go for Daedra's head because, putting his head in another dimension would probably help with stopping Daedra completely. So Kakashi uses the Kombi on Daedra's head. Daedra, obviously feeling a bit weird about this, tries to jump out of the way and manages to clip his right arm and his right leg completely off. Kakashi is a little bit disappointed with this, and he's tired as fuck because at this point, unlike the war arc, Kakashi can't really spam Kombi because the Lord had decided it to be so. Alright, now Kakashi obviously helped a ton by removing one of Daedra's arms and one of his legs. Daedra is not very mobile without one of his legs actually, but he reveals the chest cavity mouth thing, which is creepy as fuck, and apparently he uses that to mold chakra as well. Chakra, clay, all that shit. This makes it annoying for Naruto and Sasuke, who are having to move around this area again. Sasuke and Naruto essentially tag teaming Daedra, who is on one leg, but the bombs that he's throwing with the help of his mouth on his chest still help a lot. Daedra is obviously tired as fuck and in a lot of pain because he does not have an arm and a leg. Decides at the end of the battle, I suppose, that he is gonna explode the fuck out of everyone. Not good. Alright. Naruto and Sasuke obviously hear about this and they're like, oh fuck, we need to run. But Daedra then, like a good villain, explains to them that the explosion that Daedra is going to be using is not a minor explosion. It is going to destroy a huge chunk of the forest, like complete disintegration. Kakashi is too worn out from the first use of the Kombi to use the Kombi again. So Naruto, Sasuke, and Kakashi find a refrigerator, hide inside of it, and survive the explosion like a boss. Naruto essentially uses the training that he got in the Land of Lightning again, because this is where he went for most of his physical training, and this really buffed up his attributes a bit. He is really fast. You could probably give Raikage a jog for his money, not quite a run, but whatever. So Naruto picks up Daedra, and with the help of a few of his shadow clones, using what Boruto uses inside the anime, where he uses the Gale Palm, I think, to boost himself a bit more. Naruto uses his legs to run at a incredible speed, hopefully putting Daedra far enough that it doesn't hurt everyone else. And he uses some of his shadow clones to boost himself even further. Some more shadow clones, some more shadow clones. Naruto had already replaced himself with a shadow clone. He's not dumb, obviously, and the explosion does take place a decent amount. Oh, fucking dogs. Ignore the great dog wars in the background. Alright, now Naruto manages to get Daedra a decent amount of distance away. Daedra is fucking annoyed at this because he's like, oh fuck, I'm not gonna get to kill anyone with this strategy. Disappointing. But you know, he managed to do that, blah blah blah, yada yada. Everybody survives, except for Gaara, who's a bit traumatized. But he'll get over it, nothing. Fuck, I don't know how to speak. Alright, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to leave it at this one. I've not recorded in about 2 weeks, so I've forgotten how storytelling works exactly again. I'm gonna release another episode in about 2 to 3 days. I'm trying to work out my schedule a bit more, and hopefully this time around I actually upload more than normal. I really do. I'm still working on the script for the other one. I don't know if What If Naruto Adopted Kakashi is going to be coming back, because not a lot of views. If you guys want to see another What If, comment down below. I'm going to get on to that one as well, because I do want to get something fresh in the channel, because these two What Ifs have been around for quite a while. I do want to get something fresh in here, and if you guys have any suggestions whatsoever, leave them down in the comments below. I'll probably take them into consideration and probably release them too. Until then, peace out, see you later, whatever, yabba-da-doobity-day.